All right, this is the finished light assembly that's going to be installed into the car. Here we have all the LEDs. I have them attached to a styrene sheet board, and then another piece of styrene, which is glued to the back to support the wires. Then what I did was put a dab of super glue on each one of the wires so that they stay attached to the support board. And then, as I was looking for a particular look to the lights, what I did was I needed to diffuse the lights so that it doesn't look like multiple LEDs going off at once. And I wanted the look of just one LED moving back and forth and the trail of light that it leaves behind it. Now what I did was I put a bit of Tamiya masking tape over the LEDs, which I put about 6 layers of tape till I got the diffusion that was close to what I wanted. Then I took 2 pieces of clear styrene, sanded them down just to fog them up a little bit, and laid one first and then laid a second one on top. After laying the second one with the tape, it got me exactly the look that I'm looking for, which is what you're seeing here. It does look a little better on camera than it does in real life or up close, but when it's installed in the car, let's see, let me just mock it up real quick. There we have Kit's eye. The light is diffused just enough to give you the look that it had on the show. I'm very happy with this. I also made a lens for the eye, which I had to make because in order to fit all of this in here, I had to cut out the original area there. There you go. Here you can see where I cut out this entire piece of the front in order to make room for installing the lens and then the eye assembly itself. And there, I just quickly threw the lens in order to have this work the way that I wanted it to. And there's the lens there, which I just dropped. There are easier ways to do this, but it wouldn't give me the look that I was after. And there we go. There's the lens, pretty much more or less in place. Now, there is a little bit of... You can see where the clear lens has a little fracture mark in it from where I bent it to conform to the shape of Kit's bumper. But with the lights in place and the hood on, that's not visible. So it really won't be necessary to make another one. I can just use that one and have the light done. So this is the complete assembly, which is the lens and the light fixture itself. Not too pretty to look at when it's outside the car, but since it won't have an engine anyway, due to the fact that I'm installing coin batteries in the engine compartment to hold all the wiring, which will power the Kit's eye and the interiors, I'm not that concerned with what's going on in the engine compartment itself, as it'll have a nice interior and the chassis is pretty much going to be enclosed, as this is an in-universe build, and I'm modifying everything to look to make it look as it probably could have in the universe of the show. All right, well, that's it. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, which I still don't know how I'm going to fit all that wiring inside that engine compartment, but as this is the harness going to the controller board, going to the battery, which this I will not be using. I will be modifying the wiring to work with the coin battery holders, which I have on order. And these are the switches which will operate the individual circuits. One for the light, and the other one will be for the interior. And those will be mounted on the fender well inside the car. The batteries should be sitting here, and then the wiring will wrap around that, coming from the instrument cluster to the front end for the lights. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully I can make everything fit. Alright guys, that's going to be the last one probably for this year, unless I can squeeze out one more video later. This, instead of being the last build for 2020, will be the first build of 2021. And I am going to have to say, I'll see you there. And if I don't see you again, Happy New Year.